Hey y'all, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. What a blessing to still be in the land of the living. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. So I hope everyone had a happy holiday. I hope your new year has started off real good. It's been raining real bad here for the last couple of days, and I'm telling you, it's done my hair is just as frizzy. But I wanted to come on. I'm not going to stay long. Just wanted to talk about over the I was actually off from the Saturday. My last day at work until January the 2nd was December the 21st. Yeah, so I just went back to work on yesterday actually. But what I came on to talk about is over the time when I was off, I was just perusing, you know, looking online, and I ran across these 3 doctors, and they have a book called Pulse of Perseverance. And no, it was before I got off, because I actually got the book in while I was on vacation, and I got a chance to read that book. I'm telling you, these young black guys, all of them are very attractive young men. I was reading that book, I was shouting, I was praising God and everything like that. Was one of my keys, because I love to see people do well, and especially people who, you know what it is to have to work hard. See, people don't understand. You see successful people, but to me, it's a difference in somebody that was spoon-fed. You know, the position was already set up for them when they were born. Like, say for instance, your parents owned the company and you became the CEO or whatever, president or whatever. It's different from somebody who had to work their way from the ground up and get there. I think that this book should be a mandatory read for every high school freshman. I don't think they should wait till the senior year. I think they should, because I think I read where they lose a lot of the high school kids their freshman year. I think that's what I read. But anyway, I think if maybe the 8th grade, but I would say, I think I would probably start, if I would be a teacher, especially English, literature, anything like that, that type of teacher, I would make it mandatory that my students read Pulse of Perseverance, because it tells you about the struggle in school, and you know, it just was a really good read. It was a really good read. And so I read the book. I saw them, and I shared the thing on Facebook. I read the book, and then I went back on Facebook to actually try to learn a little bit more about them. And these young men, let me tell you what they're doing. Every month they're giving away a scholarship. And you know the thing, if you know me, what I love is humble people. I don't like arrogance. It's a pet peeve of mine. I just don't like arrogant people. And for them, you know, I feel like, and I said this once before, I think it's on a video I didn't post because the quality was just poor. Like this one may be because of the weather. But what I like is the fact that when the Lord elevates us, we don't look down, we lift up. You know, don't look down, lift up. That's a slogan that because so many people, you're arrogant, walking around with your head in the air because you're this or because you're that. These young men are giving back, and I love them for that. I really do. You know, that's God's type of love there. I was looking at a sermon. No, my own pastor talked about this. And it was our sermon on Sunday. And I'm going to see if I can actually find that. I don't know, we usually record, but I think the lady that does the recording wasn't there Sunday. Neither one of the two that actually records. But he was talking about whatever you've done to the least of God's people, you've done to him. So if it's somebody you know hungry, you don't feed them. You know what I'm saying? They thirsty, you won't give them something to drink. That's why I'm telling y'all, I look at my life like this. Now, I ain't always been like this. I ain't perfect. I got a long way to go. But when I'm tested, I always say, Lord, are you, when something come up and I don't know how to handle it, I always think, Lord, are you testing me? I do. But anyway, y'all, And another thing I want to talk about real quick. One of my old school teachers died. And ladies, I learned so much from this lady, and I know she don't even know it. But what I learned from her, because I wasn't, I mean, y'all probably can see I'm very heavy chested. I mean, like a triple D. Maybe that's TMI, but I'm just keeping it real. But this lady had large breasts, but they never sagged. They always stood. She was very, very neat in her clothes. Always. I mean, you never saw anything hanging on the side, nothing in between. And I pay attention to people. First, how you treat other people. That's the biggest thing for me. How you treat other people and how you carry yourself. And I love, she was always impeccably dressed. She always had her hair just flawless. Her makeup, it wasn't too much, you know what I'm saying? But the thing that set me off is those breasts. I even mentioned it to one of my friends the other night. I said, I love the way, because you know what? I think that we as women, if we see somebody, a mosquito, y'all, if we see somebody that's sagging, I'm talking about the breast sagging, and that's our friend, we should go to him and say, you know what, you ought to try this bra or whatever. And because I've actually had people to ask me, and I know a lot of people don't like underwire bra, but basically an underwire bra, maybe because I'm so heavy, that's the only thing in my opinion that makes me look, you know, make my clothes look good. And then I like wear a tank top body shape I got from Walmart, the best I've ever had. It's better than the Spanx. But you know, just to make yourself look like when you don't have them rolls and stuff like that, especially when you're in a professional work environment. But this lady, y'all, I'm telling you, she was a Sunday school teacher. She was a deaconess at the church. She was mild-mannered, soft-spoken. And you know what? It's women like that young women ought to look up to. Not those that scantily clad, got all the boobs hanging out and all that. That's why I'm more or less a person. I like classic attire. I don't really just go with the trends, because trends change so fast. If you trendy, all you gotta do is keep stuff in your closet, because eventually you're gonna go back to it. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all about that book and about my English teacher. But the name of the book is Pulse of Perseverance. No, this is not sponsored, but if I could ever do anything to help anybody, that's just who I am. I just think that's my purpose in life. Is to always be feeding somebody and always sharing information. But Pulse of Perseverance is 3 young black doctors. One lives, when the book was published, one was in Lake Charles, Louisiana. The other one is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I think the other one may be in some part of Illinois or something like that. But they all went to school at Xavier, and I liked how they said the school didn't create an environment of competition. It was like everybody succeeding, and that's another thing. Why we have to compete? And you find that a lot in people. Want to have what everybody else have, but you don't know how the Joneses paying for the stuff or how much debt they got. Like Red was saying Sunday at church, you know, some of y'all don't want to help somebody because they driving a Lexus, but they might not have no food in the refrigerator. Cardinal may be on the brink of being repossessed. That's why when the Spirit reached me to help somebody, I just do it. I do it. Well, I love y'all. I'm glad we made it to this new year. Be positive, y'all. I didn't set any resolutions other than I just want to get closer to God. I want to do what pleases Him. You know, I ain't perfect. I got a long way to go, but I'm a work in progress. Like Red said, we just crooked people trying to get straight. Love y'all. Enjoy your day. Like I said, today is Thursday. It's Friday Eve. And make somebody smile. God bless. Bye.